From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back here on a Thursday evening for some cup racing. Action-packed it will be. We're doing some short track racing in Iowa. I am glad to be back in the booth. I was out last week, but I'm here. We got the Colored by Our Kids 150 presented by Admin Box, Wheels America Cup Series. For everybody watching at home on the Wheels America Racing Network, we want to thank you for being here once again. Special race, Colored by Our Kids 150. Later on in stage one, you will see custom painted schemes on these cars, and they are designed by the kids in this racing league. So shout out to them. Also on our link, you will see the St. Jude Children's Hospital. Check that out. Donate if you can. But man, want to thank everyone being here. Myself, Jacob Emery, and I've got AJ next to me. AJ, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Really excited to take these next-gen Chevys, Fords, and Toyotas to a short track. Really excited to see how they're going to work around Iowa Speedway. It's going to be a lot of fun now that I've watched about an hour and a half of practice.
Yeah, a lot of fun it will be. A lot of action in the truck series on Tuesday. Tonight it will not change. This track seems to bring a lot of jam-packed banging and bruising. But those are the type of racings that you see on these tracks, and it's going to be fun to witness.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun to witness. We have a lot going on tonight. Emery, you mentioned about some of these vehicles that were drawn by the kids of some of the drivers. Really look forward to showcasing a couple of those. But let's get into the race. It's colored by our kids 150 from Iowa Speedway, and that is presented by Admin Box. For anybody who knows Admin Box, those are pre-programmed boxes to help all league race controls make their jobs easier. You press a button, caution comes out. You press another button, black flags, clear black flags. So if you're really into making race control easier for yourself or somebody you know, look up Admin Box. Admin Box with 2x's.com. Check them out. But let's get into the race. Stage 1 is going to conclude at lap 40, stage 2 at lap 90, and the finish all the way at 150 with the normal rules applying with one green, white, checkered. With just under 5 minutes to go before qualifying starts, Emery, what are you seeing around the racetrack?
Well, I'm seeing some names out front. Mr. Six, Bowie's up there with some great times. Those are some names that we see all the time, but short track can always change each lap because, man, I'll tell you what, it's not an easy task. We saw guys on Tuesday night having some issues around this track, taking a low line, taking that high line, and getting some trouble. What do you think tonight will bring, AJ, with the track temp? I know we're doing a night track, but you never know.
Yeah, let's bring up those race info details. Iowa Speedway, the track length is 0.89, apologies. The track temperature is at a cool 79 degrees, and we're at night. There's going to be a lot of grip for a lot of these drivers. They're going to be able to put those cars wherever they want, especially on fresh tires. Look for them to start low and work their way up. And as the runs go further, don't be surprised if we see a lot of drivers try to make moves to the outside.
Yeah, AJ, you bring that up. In practice, seen a lot of the guys taking that inside lane early, and then you have other drivers, like we're looking at right now, in that number 12, just staying high. As this track wears down, as the tire wears off, and you get a little bit more traction and rubber on that track, is that when you'll start seeing these drivers start changing their location of where they're entering the corner? They're going to take that low line, they're going to take that high line.
Yeah, I think it's really going to depend on how far we are in a run, or it depends on who's around them. Are they going to be able to, shoot the half and get underneath them, or are they looking to try to make a pass coming out of a turn by sticking to the outside? A lot is left to be known when it comes to what these cars are going to do on a long run, but for right now, only about 5 or 6 cars have taken a lap further than about 35.
Yeah, 35 is about right. Stage 1 ends at that 40 lap mark. Stage 2 is typically what we've seen on majority of these races this season. Stage 2 is 90, and then we finish at 150. I hope we can go green-white the whole race, but on a track like this, I don't think that will happen. That's typical. But a lot of good drivers out here. Brandon Six, Nick Lights, Brandon Bowie, and Frankie Barroso in that top 4 position, putting down good practice times. We've only got a minute 28, a minute 27 left in practice, and then we will go jump into qualifying. Excited to see some of these other names that we haven't really seen up top trying to make these moves, because we're about halfway through the season. They want to get the points on the board as soon as possible so that they can make a running at the end of this season.
Yeah, it's a short track, so qualifying is big here, people. Qualifying is huge. Passing is going to be on a premium. Oh, as we're going to see a big wreck going into turn 3 between Frankie Barroso and Jonathan Wright. And like I said, you need to qualify in a good position if you want to stay towards the front. It's not like a intermediate or a super speedway where you qualify where you qualify, you'll make it to the front if you have the talent. It's going to be very difficult to pass.
Yep, absolutely. These guys that you see up front, if they don't get that qualified time, it's really hard, like you said, to try to get through the pack, to get to that top 5, to even try to get a win tonight. But we shall see how these qualifies go on. We got 15 seconds before practice ends, and we'll jump right into it. For everybody home, thanks again watching on Wheels America Racing Network. Some of our other sponsors, we'd like to thank you. Wheels America, Admin Box, Flim Dogs, Units Moving Portable Storage, The Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast, and Harpoon Design. Thank you all to our sponsors for doing what you do each week. Harpoon Designs, he is going to be the one that kind of put these cars into motion for the Colored by Our Kids. These kids did do the paint schemes, and Harpoon Designs, majority of them, put them on the car. So cool to see. Practice is over, AJ. We're going right back into qualifying. Man, this is fun. Iowa short track action. We don't see a lot of it this year, but I can't wait to see it happen.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what's going to happen. And like you said, shout out to Harpoon Designs. Also, shout out to Admin Box for being the presenting sponsor for the Colored by Our Kids 150. That's cool. Also, shameless plug, Nerds Do Nerd Things podcast. Every Thursday now, we are going to be talking new nerdy stuff. I think we're starting our 100 years of Disney content next Thursday on the show, so go check that out. We're on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts. But right on the track right now, it's Mike Bennett. He's going to be the first one to put a time on the board, and let's see where that's going to put him. Well, P1, because he's the first driver. A 23.79.
Yeah, it looks like Michael's staying up there at 23.79. Bonnie with the 23.8, and then we got Lanfear 24. Those are the first times rolling in. But we'll see if those names can stay up there.
Drifting.
Getting a little loose there. Real loose as he's in the grass and might just park it right there.
Wow,
Something you don't want to do on qualifying times.
I heard the Tokyo Drift song in my head when I was seeing that.
Yeah, that hopefully he didn't hear that song because that's what he did. But we got looks like 54 out there.
Yeah, that's
Matt Smith putting down a time.
And does he improve? He does. He goes P3 with a P4 now with a 23.83. Chris Vanderplat's on his second lap in the 21. Goes P1 with a 23.61. We can really click AJ, off some fast times.
Yeah, AJ, we typically don't do this, but you got myself in the booth. You got yourself, AJ. Brandon Bowie's typically in here. Out tonight, he's subbing. But I think we got special guests on a Thursday for the Cup race. Steve Tucker may pop in the booth. Steve, are you with us?
Hello. How we doing?
Hello, Steve. How are we doing?
How's it going? I'm just kind of chilling out, waiting for us to go green here in a second. But I'm pretty excited, man. Iowa short track racing for a great cause, St. Jude. A couple guys having some colored by their kids design cars. So I'm pretty excited, man. It's gonna be cool. A lot of guys here. Thomas Meeks, Julio Villalobos, who isn't here today, but Brandon Bowie is covering for him
and goes P1 for the time being.
Nice. And then Chris Vanderplat, CVP, bunch of fans in there in the chat usually for him. So pretty pumped, man. Gonna be a good time.
Yeah, it's cool to see all his fans every Thursday. Tuesdays if he's in the truck as well on the Wheels America Racing Network. They are in here like clockwork, shouting out names, giving the shouts. We appreciate that. And Chris is up there in P2, right behind Brandon Bowie. That's a 23.5. That qualifying time may stick, but we shall see.
Yeah, that's better.
Steve,
by a
what do you think's going to happen tonight in this race? You were here for the Truck Series and watched that unfold. What are your thoughts?
Truck race actually was pretty fun, honestly. I think overall the Truck Series, I think those guys are starting to find their groove. A lot less cautions. I think a lot more comfortability around the track and just around each other. So I'm pretty excited. Obviously some rule changes recently, but overall they have gotten better. Cup Series getting slightly better, but typically we've had bigger crowds in this Cup Series. So I think we're getting there. Honestly, I do. And it's just taking maybe a little longer than we wanted to, but tonight this track is gripped up, man. It's nighttime. It's gonna be a good time. Hopefully nobody hits me in the choose car, but we will see.
You are going to be in that choose car tonight, so good luck to you, and hopefully you don't get hit. AJ, real quick question for you. Stage 2, 90 laps. What do you think the breakdown may be at that point in this race? Short track racing, again, something we haven't seen a whole lot this year, but stage 2 is still important.
Stage 2 is very, very important. It's about a 50 lap run from stage 1 to stage 2. I doubt we're going to need the pit if we stay green, but if we get a caution later on in the stage, you best be looking at people coming down to get fresh tires and really try to gap some of their competition.
Yeah, absolutely. That finish is going to be at that 150 mark. Fuel tires, all is going to be into play tonight here in Iowa. I just can't wait. We still got qualifying underway. We're just about done. 4 or 5 guys still out there going to put down a time. Brandon Bowie still up there in P1, got the pole. Chris Vanderplatz, he actually just got knocked down. Joseph Mealy, 23.58.
So
almost
close.
Got Brandon, but not quite. So great times, close times. You see that 5th spot all the way down to 7th, 8th, 9th, real close in those times you see.
Yeah, Nick Lights goes to P3 after his first lap. See if he can improve and put a little pressure on Brandon Bowie. Out of turn 4. Let's see. He does. P1, 23.46.
Look at that. Coming in late saying, I got the pole tonight. Starting out front in that 4 car.
Anybody else?
Good for him. 23.46 too.
I am captain now.
That's what he said. Now we got 87 out there. Maybe he can do it. Mr. Jeff putting down his first lap. He's up
P6.
there in what, 6th position, I believe he is.
Yep, P6 and still going on a flyer. Makes me want to watch Days of Thunder with that car.
Love to see it. But boys, I want to go bounce. It is almost time for our pre-race meeting. Good luck tonight, chat. We love you, and we'll see you after this thing, man.
Yeah, speaking of the chat, if anybody goes and donates, let us know in the live chat. The link for the St. Jude's donation is in the description. Once you go do that, come tell us. We'll give you a huge shout out on stream, and as always, thank you all for being here.
Absolutely, and it's cool to have Steve in here in the booth. He does so much for Thursday nights behind the scenes, doing race control and making sure these races go really smooth. We're trying to do the same thing up here in the booth, but Steve does a lot behind the scenes. And AJ, you know what that's all about. You do it yourself. It's just fun. I like Steve coming in here saying hi, and like you said, everybody at home, thanks for being here as well.
So right now, you see the 66 on track. Brandon 6, not a good lap, and he's going to cross. And he's going to stay right in 22nd. That's weird for Brandon 6 being that far back.
I was going to say, I was watching him in practice. He was putting down a 23.4, and he was right there for the mix. If he would have had that time in practice, he'd be sitting 2nd. Now he's in a tough position all the way back, down in 22nd. Man, like we were talking about before too, AJ, it's not going to be easy task to get through the pack on a short track like this.
No, it is not. You're really going to have to pick your battles the best you can because you get one car. That's it. And just like any other track that is very difficult to pass, you're going to want to do it at the least resistance. And with these turns and how wide they are, you can go low, you can go high. It's going to work. It's just how much trust do you have in your Goodyear Eagles. And we're going to see that tonight on how hard people are going to push at the start of a run to the end of a run. I'm really curious to see how everything's going to change throughout a 40-lap to a 50-lap run.
Absolutely. I hope we have a clean racing tonight, and we got a lot of green flags. We got Robert Hassong fan in here saying hi. Robert's in 14th spot with a 23.7 qualifying time. Or excuse me, 23.7. He's in that number 8, so good luck to him. AJ, 23 people watching at home right now. That's a good number starting out on a Thursday. Wow. Maybe we might break some records here in Iowa for the short track action.
Yeah, let's see it, everybody. Share it out. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Get as many people on this as possible because we're going to put on a hell of an event. These guys on track are going to put on a hell of a show. So why not share it to the world? There's Brandon Shelton on the racetrack. Now not on the racetrack as qualifying is over.
Qualifying is over. That's going to be our lineup as it sits right now. Couple guys that I didn't see, maybe they did qualify. Frankie Barroso came in late, and now he's looking at P4. So Frankie Barroso put down a 23.66 late in this qualifying and sitting in the top 5.
Yeah,
AJ, should we go down the top 10?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. You take the top 10. I'll take the 10 through 20th.
All right. So in the poll, in the first row, Nick Light in that number 4. He's got the pole tonight. Congratulations. And right next to him in the 78 is Brandon Bowie in second. Third spot, Joseph Mealy in that number 39 and Frankie Barroso in the 12 looking in that 4th position. Chris Vanderplat's in 5th right next to John Wright. He's in that 6th position, 04 car. Jeff Tetro, he's in 7th position in the 87. Michael Bennett, he's in that 19 in the 8th spot. Justin Thorell and Josh Larson wrap up your 9 and 10 position. AJ, you got the next 10.
All right, in 11th, we got Mitch Diamond. 12th, it's Anthony Williams. 13th, it's Jamie Graham. 14th, Ryan Pasoko. 15th, Robert Hissong. 16th, Thomas Meeks. Landry Monty in the 28, starting in 17th position. Nick Biddy in 18th and 19th, it's Matthew Fleming. And in the 20th position, we're looking at Matt Smith. All right, Emery, are you ready to get going?
I am ready to get going here in Iowa. Short track racing, going to be a lot of banging, a lot of bruising. These cars will not look the same when we get done with that 150-lap finish. But these guys, all they're worrying about right now is that stage 1 win. 40 laps until that finishes. That will go pretty quick on a track like this, AJ. But going to be fun to see how these guys perform on the racetrack and figure it out quick if they're going to take that inside lane or go outside. And as this track gets more tire wear on it, you'll see these guys make a lot of different moves. AJ, the pace car is on right now, but it will be off quick, and we're going to go green in Iowa.
Yeah, just so everybody remembers, Brandon Bowie driving the 78 car for Julio Villalobos. So good luck to fellow commentator Brandon Bowie back in a car this evening. I'm curious to see what he's going to do. I know he's not very fond of these next-gen cars, but yet he puts it on outside pole, so I really don't know what to think of what he's saying.
Yeah, we miss Bowie here in the booth, but like you said, he's going to be down subbing for some drivers. In the next 3 weeks, he'll be out. Sometimes that happens. You got to do what you got to do. It will be interesting to see how he plays out on this Iowa short track too. I'm curious. Nick Lights, obviously he can do this track and make good time on it. He's sitting at pole, about to go green.
Yeah, we're about to send 30 vehicles roaring down into turn 1. For everybody watching at home, let's see it. Wave them goodbye from your seat, couch, computer chair, whatever. We are heading for 150 laps for St. Jude's Children's Hospital. There goes the pace car. Emery, take it away.
There goes the pace car, and we've got the green flag here in Iowa. Thanks for everyone being here and watching home live. We are green and underway. Nick Lights out front early. Brandon Bowie right behind.
Already looking at some outsides being taken. Got Frankie Barroso right above the 21 of CVP, trying to make that pass. See, I think we're going to have to work in that high side. Look for the crossover down the backstretch.
Absolutely, single file right now as they're trying to work in down low. Frankie went up high a little bit there.
Gonna take a look
Nothing's changed out front, AJ.
Right behind them. You got the 04 of Jonathan Wright. Looks to be stuck on the outside. 13. I think that is Justin Sorrell. Which it is. But he's going to be stuck on that outside because here comes the 51 of Larson.
Yeah, sometimes you can get stuck out top and not work your way back down below, and you lose a couple stops, and this will be our first caution. First caution out. Let's see what happened, AJ.
Gonna look for Chris Birch and Isaac Balsamo. Oh, there it is.
Those two getting into it right there early on. Looks like he gets turned into the wall. 18.
Yeah, see it right here on your screen. He's loose, he's loose, he's loose, and oh. I'm guessing Balsamo thought he was going to spin to the inside, so he goes to the outside. And, yeah, collects both of them. Oh!
Yeah, that's a tough break right now. It's too bad to see that.
Mike Bennett broke his car with that. Wow. Kind of shocked that he was still full head of steam. Watch this. Caution's already out, and he's still flying. And now he hits the brakes, and that's gonna ruin his front end.
And that's gonna end the day for him.
Not good, Cap.
AJ, that is very interesting to see that. He had a long ways to see what was going on in front of him. Just got caught up in that wreck. Now you'd think you want to go low right there.
Yeah, that's not good, but while we're under caution, it gives us a absolute amazing opportunity to look at some of these wonderful paint schemes that were drawn by the kids. And we're going to start with CVP himself. Let's go find Chris Vanderplaats, and let's take a look at this car.
Yeah, look at that. So these designs, they were colored by the kids, and you'll see it right here. It's cool to see some of these designs on paper get turned into paint schemes on these cars tonight.
Brandon Bowie's another one. Julio Villalobos. So let's go look for Thomas Meeks. He's another one. Oh, that's Hello Kitty.
Later on, yeah, look at that. And later on in stage 2, we will see. We will do a. I think we're doing a vote. Are we not, AJ?
Yeah.
Stage 2, I believe we're gonna do a vote, which is gonna be cool.
Stage 2 is gonna conclude the vote momentarily. We will have it out there. So we're just admiring some of the awesome work. Want to take a look at Mitch Diamonds. See if I could find him. There it is. We got any big trucks? There's El Toro Loco. Monster truck, baby.
Yeah, that one wasn't designed by the kids, but I do like it. I think it's a paint scheme for the kids, which is awesome. That's one of my favorites out here. It is a cool look.
All right. So with that, let's go see what Steve Tucker's gonna do, because he's gonna get ready.
Here comes the famous choose car. AJ, we've seen some action when this choose car comes out in the middle of the race as these guys decide if they're going to go low or high. But man, what were we, lap 6? First caution. Nick Light's still up front there. Brandon Bowie and Joseph in that top 3, and they're going to choose now. Looks like he's going to go low. A lot of guys dropping to that bottom.
Well, I think bottom's the way to go right now. I think, like I said earlier, we're going to move towards the top the later on in the race.
I think you're right. I think that bottom at this point in time of the race is the where you want to be.
Also want to give a huge shout out to Charles Balance. You know, not really a car that was drawn by the kids, but he does have St. Jude's Children's Hospital on it. So appreciate him for showing those colors the way tonight.
Yeah, big shout out to him. Cool to see that car out here. That's what it's all about tonight. We appreciate you guys all at home and the Wheels America Racing Network watching, tuning in on another Thursday. First caution came out pretty early, AJ, but I think they're going to figure it out. And I think we're going to get a lot of green flag racing. The stage ends at lap 40. When we go green, I believe we'll have 20 laps to go? 30?
About 30 laps to go.
Close to 30.
Almost. The math does check out.
The math does check out as that pace car checks out, and we're green again here in Iowa as Nick lights out front quick.
Yeah, he
in the number 4.
He grabbed a gear and disappeared. Now let's see if Brandon Bowie in the 78 can hunt him down.
Like we were talking early, AJ, it's going to be fun to watch Brandon Bowie navigate his way through this track to try to get Nick. And the yellow is out again. Not a good start to this race tonight. Let's see what happened this time.
Joe David.
One's in the grass going through the field. Keeps it clean.
Is that really
He will live another day.
it? Or did we have more?
We had one car hit the wall, but he was clean, and then I think he got loose.
Was that just off of the 6?
Might have been. Interesting that yellow flag came out, but
No kidding. I mean, we've seen yellow flags not come out for a lot more than that.
tonight's a little different as we're under caution again.
Interesting. Now remember, everybody, we're going to have a poll going up momentarily. That's going to be taken care of by the wonderful Steve Tucker. But we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we return, it'll be the Choose Cone. And we're going to start on our way to finish stage number 1. We'll be right back.
From Mortar to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
All right, we're back from commercial break. This is our second caution of the evening on this short track. We knew this was going to happen, but I will say these cautions are a little premature. We'll see if these guys can figure out the track. A little bit of damage, a little bit of issues in the back of this, back of these guys here. But let's see if we can turn it around and get some green flag racing. Nothing's changed up front. Nick Lights, Brandon Bowie, Joseph Mealy, Chris Vanderplatz, and Justin Sorrell in that top 5 position.
Yeah.
AJ,
Yeah.
what are you thinking, man?
What I'm thinking is I'm really curious to see if we have a lot more of these caution laps, if people are going to start thinking about staying out at that lap 40. Because I'm pretty sure with it being less than a mile of a racetrack, there's a good chance with how many caution laps we might get, you might be able to make it both stages.
Yeah, I don't know if that would happen, but hopefully we see more green flag racing. That would be interesting if that were the case. As we're looking at the choose car out there in the middle of the racetrack, they're going to decide if they're going low or high. Majority of the field is going low. And that seems to be the spot where you want to be on that inside lane. It's working for Nick. Brandon Bowie's right there behind. He may have chose, I think he chose the low line. Is that correct, AJ? I have to double check on that.
You talking about Bowie?
Brandon Bowie, correct?
He took the outside.
He took the outside, okay.
So, Blue Gill asks, what car does Robert Hissongs look like? Well, he's got a very cool looking Bud Light car. And speaking of Bud Light, drinking one right now. Kudos. Hey, tomorrow's Friday. You know, I got literally 8 hours before the weekend of work. So maybe starting a little early, which everybody get through Friday fine and have a nice weekend.
Tomorrow is Friday. You got to maybe help the nerves tonight. Whatever worked for you.
We're about to go green again. Let's see if that number 4 gets a launch like he has had the last 2 restarts.
Yeah, Nick in that 4 car have been getting really good restarts so far. Let's see if that does change. Brandon Bowie's been there right in second, right behind him, trying to track him down as the pace car is off, and we are green flag again.
It's a great launch
Nick
by the
with
4.
a jump early.
But Bowie doesn't have that bad of a restart. I know it looks pretty big, but watch him close in.
As we go back to that single file out front quick. Nick and Brandon taking that same line.
Mealy on the
39, Joseph
outside.
taking the outside.
Yeah,
Seeing if he can make a pass quick.
He's going to try to buy CVP. He's going to clear him here, but watch the 21 pull up right behind him.
Yeah, 21's right behind him, and 39's kind of in the middle of that racetrack. Different line than we're seeing other drivers.
We're about to
that's
go
where
3
he
wide
feels
back
comfortable
here.
right now.
Ooh, almost. Wow, Brandon 6th, up 13 positions from where he started. If there was a hard charger award, it would be him right now.
Yeah, Brandon 6 started grid 23, now in the 10th position. They fan out, and they are side by side. Brandon's taking that higher lane.
Yeah, look at that run from the high side. See if he can make the pass.
'74 Jake Graham on the inside.
And he does, on the outside. Ryan Pasoko in the very awesome-looking number 3 is going to get loose out of turn 4. Oh, boy. Lock it down, lock it down.
Does he keep it together? Oh. And we got contact. That will bring our third caution out tonight. Big contact.
Big contact.
And
Brandon
maybe
Shelton,
mistaken, but we are still green.
Are we really? Yes, we are. Holy cow. Well, let's go back and take a look at that, because that was a big hit. And we're going to take a look from the number 2's point of view. That's Brandon Shelton. He molly-whopped the 3. Here it is from the number 2.
Rig gets loose up front there.
Trying to miss it. Oh.
Hello. Big hit. That is a big hit for him. Hopefully he still has life in that car and he's still got the power.
Yeah, he's still going. Not a lot of damage on either car, it looks like. Huh. Let's jump on board with the 2 again to see on the back straightaway is the only way we're really going to check. To see if that steering wheel is a little off. Well, it's looking at 12 on a curve turn. Let's see what it does on the back straightaway. Yeah, he's looking almost towards 1 o'clock.
He's struggling there. These cars can be tanks, but if you hit them in the right spot, it ruin your night. You're gonna break something.
Back up to the front lights with a second-plus lead on Bowie. But Bowie's having some issues with Joseph Mealy, and this is the battle for second.
Joseph Mealy starting grid 3rd, gets some passing early, now in 2nd, right behind Nick. Brandon Bowie dropping to 3rd. Now he gets it back, actually. He's in 2nd.
Yeah,
So that's a battle early on that we'll see.
Looking for another one. You got Justin Sorrell trying to catch Frankie Barroso.
AJ, we're on lap 27. This first stage ends at 40. Going by pretty quick. Early on, slow with the 2 caution, but green flag racing right now. A lot of action ahead. Nick, Brandon, Joseph, Chris Vanderplatz, Frankie Barroso, and Justin Sorrell. He's in that 6th position.
6. Then for 7th, you got Brandon 6th, Josh Larson in 8th, Jonathan Wright in 9th, and 10th, it's Jamie Graham.
One guy that's, AJ, real quick, the one guy that's moved pretty quick through the field, Matt Smith, starting with 20th and now sitting 13th. Thomas Meeks right behind him. He started 16th and now looking at 14th position.
Yeah, that's another mover we got on the racetrack. He's up 8. You have EJ Marshall up 11. But I think everybody, if we're talking about biggest mover, it's still that 66. And for all the wonderful people out there that want to be a part of the poll of who's got the coolest scheme made by the children, it's out there. We have 4 votes currently. This will conclude at the end of stage 2, so we can announce the winner in stage 3. So you have a little bit of time, not a lot of time, but go make your votes. You have Thomas Meeks in the 55, the 65 of Mitch Diamond, the 78 of Bowie and Villalobos, and the 21 of CVP, because it's so much easier to say CVP.
CVP. And AJ, don't forget, $75 courtesy of Admin Box to the winner tonight. So anybody watching Wheels American Racing Network, make that vote. $75. I think it's going. Yeah, I think it's going to iRacing money, courtesy of Admin Box. That's cool.
Yes, it is. And I can tell you right now, it is 50-50 between Meeks and CVP, with 6 votes being made. And we just had an amazing pass for the lead.
I was just going to say that, AJ, as we're talking to chat. Brandon Bowie now looking in first. Made a pass by Nick, and he's out front.
Yeah, you're going to see it right here. We're going to go back and give you a nice view. The 4 goes way high. Trying to catch it out of 4, and there goes the 78 of Bowie right along by.
Yeah, I think Nick might have made a mistake right there, and Brandon took advantage of it. Got the pass, and now he's up front. Don't think you want to go that high when you're making that turn. I could be wrong, AJ, but it looked like he made a mistake.
Yeah, made a slight mistake. Drops you back a position. You really need to now regroup and start knocking off laps because Joseph Mealy is just about a half a second behind and closing in fast.
Yeah, all these drivers pretty close up there in that top 10 position. With these green flags going, I thought it'd span out, spread out a little bit more than what we're seeing tonight.
And
Brandon up front there and Joseph Mealy right behind. But then you got Chris Vanderplatz. Yeah, Chris Vanderplatz and Brandon Six. They're in the mix as well, not too far behind. Justin Sorrell, Jeff Tetro, they're all right there. One mistake, and you're dropping 5 positions, if not more.
Yeah, that 4 is sinking like a rock. Currently in 3rd, but Frankie Barroso's looking for 3rd. And he's going to go high again in the 4. He is really struggling in that car.
And I think we got one driver that was in some contact early on.
Ooh, yellow's
I think
out.
he just got into some more contact again.
What was that caution out for? EJ Marshall.
Yeah, EJ Marshall. Let's take a look here.
Oh!
16. Does he get loose, or does he get hit from behind?
I think he gets loose. We're going to look at it here, and that's going to end the stage. He's going to get loose and correct it and spin across the track.
I thought he made contact, but he actually looked like he kept it pretty safe there.
Wow. Well, that's going to end the stage, and Brandon Bowie is going to win stage 1 for Julio Villalobos. And here they come down pit road for service.
Stage 1 is done, and they're all pitting in, going to make their adjustments, getting tires, getting fuel, and we will start stage 2 here shortly. Congratulations to Brandon Bowie. He's not in the booth tonight, making a sub, and got his pole win.
Yeah, let's see how the 4 of Nick Lights can bounce back after falling a couple positions at the end of stage 1. Let's kind of hope that all that is just the tire wear factor. But he was really pushing really hard on those restarts. So, why don't we get a quick word? Not with Brandon Bowie, because you guys hear Brandon Bowie all the time. Let's drop a position, and let's see if we can get a word with the 39 of Joseph Mealy. Let's see if we can pull him in here. Joseph Mealy, AJ, and Emery in the broadcast booth. Do you have a copy, pal?
Yeah, we got you.
Hey, man. Really fast on the back half of that stage. How's the car feel? How's the track feel? Take us through that first 40-lap stage.
Out of control is the word. The words, I should say. It's pretty gripped up for a few laps, for maybe 5-10 laps. And after that, you're sliding around. And, I don't know if you saw Nick sliding around there. I was sliding around pretty good. But hopefully this second run's a little bit better. But it's very, very, very loose.
Joseph, real quick, before we go green here to start the second stage, are you feeling more comfortable on the inside lane there, mid, or are you kind of feeling that high lane as well? Where are you feeling comfortable on the track?
For me, it doesn't really matter which lane you're in on the restarts. The lane that has less cars. Iowa, I think you want to be on the top. So, if I have the choice, I'll probably take the top. But if you're watching, whenever I have the choice to take less cars, I'm going to take that lane. So.
Right on. Well, good luck to you, man, on stage 2, and good luck out there.
Yeah, appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
man. So, I hear a little bit of, why'd you guys not bring Bowie? Well, we talk to Bowie all the time. Y'all hear him all the time, and he's subbing for Julio Villalobos. So I was like, hey, let's talk to somebody different, somebody you really haven't heard in a while. And it's really nice to talk to Joseph Mealy, and it was like, yeah, car sucks after the first couple laps, and we saw that. We saw that with Nick Lights. We saw that with him. So, it's great. It's cool to get a perspective. But now that we've heard it from them, we're going to have to watch all these cars really go Tokyo drift around these turns.
Yeah, honest opinion by Joseph there in that 39 car. Brandon always gets the stage up here talking to the crowd. He's in the booth or he's winning a race. So, Joseph, thanks for being here and saying hi. So we appreciate that. And Brandon is in the lead still, going to start stage 2. And this stage ends at 90 laps. This is always the important stage each week out here, AJ. So it's going to be fun to see how these guys battle through the tire, and as this track changes, what adjustments they're going to make to try to win stage 2 and get up there.
Yeah, it's a little bit longer of a stage. We're going to go 50 laps, which means an extra 10 laps on these tires. Oh, it's going to be fun, everybody. Emery, pace car is about to leave. Take us to the green.
Pace car is gone, and we are green flag for the start of stage 2. As Brandon gets a lead out there quick. They're side by side in turn 1.
Great
Joseph
restart
Mealy
by
and Frankie Barroso
too.
right there.
Great start by Barroso and Nick Lights. That whole inside line moving up several positions. Looks like Mealy in the outside lane didn't find the gas pedal off the restart.
Nick looking like he just made a pass there. Seems like guys sitting in that outside are struggling to keep their pace and keep their position, as we see a lot of passing going on.
Yeah, we are seeing a ton of passing. Something I really don't agree with right now is going as hard as Nick Lights is. It looks like Bowie and a couple other drivers are taking it easy, but Nick Lights is probably going to burn through his tires a little bit faster than everybody else, and you're going to see him maybe fall towards the end of the stage because he's putting down qualifying laps right now.
You're absolutely right. Nick is right out front, looking like the other cars are at a standstill. But you see this a lot of times. You see a lot of time guys out front, and they'll burn up their tires right away, and it won't take long before you start seeing him drop a lot farther than where he's at now.
Yeah, he's putting down laps that would contend with the top 10 in qualifying right now.
I think we're seeing Brandon, Bowie, Frankie in there being patient, not battling too hard. I think they see the writing on the wall as Nick is putting down times in stage 2, 47 laps into this race, like he's trying to qualify.
Yep. But give it another 10, 15 laps, and I think you're going to see everything equal out, and Lights is going to come back to the field.
Yeah, if he comes back to the field, I just hope he can hold them off, because his tires are hot right now, and a lot of wear and tear are going down, as Frankie and Chris now making up the time. They are right on his tail as they're side by side. We're looking at 13.
Yeah, that's Justin Sorrell, and to his inside, you got the 51 of Josh Larson.
Josh Larson started in grid 10th, now looking at 6th, and he may be in that top 5. Caution is out again for the 4th time tonight here at Iowa Speedway.
Landry Mauney. Let's see what happens here. You see him in the 28. Oh, Ryan Pasoko is sideways. Oh!
Big contact, and we're seeing it time and time again. These guys getting loose, coming up on the track and causing some damage to other drivers. That's too bad for
Oh,
the
he's
number
really
28.
loose. And we've seen a lot of drivers just overcorrect, and that's where they come right back up into traffic. And it looks like Landry Monty takes the big hit on that while the 3 just drives away.
Yeah, that might be the end of his day today with a hit like that.
Yeah, that might be terminal.
Ryan Pasoko, you typically don't see that a whole lot out of him, but happened tonight, and they both got a lot of damage to that car.
Yeah, proud to say Ryan Pasoko, from a couple seasons ago to now, has grown a lot as a driver. But yeah, a little damage on that right side. Doesn't look too bad. Might have a minute tops with repairs that are needed. But Landry Monty, I think he's going to be on pit road for a long time. That toe is way off.
Yeah, I think he was out here wanting to have a lot of fun, and I don't think he had too bad of a race car, but now he's sitting in the pits and maybe done for the day, unfortunately. AJ, nothing's changed a whole lot out front. Frankie Barroso, he's in second. And interesting to see Brandon Bowie. I believe he dropped a few places. He's now in 6th position. Maybe he's getting patient, saving those tires. Stage 2, a little more time on those tires because we got more laps. So a little strategy going on right now, AJ, as this Stage 2 unfolds.
Yeah, a lot of strategy going on as we're taking a look from the center field cam as we pretty much see nobody pit outside of the couple cars in that caution, and that has a lot to do with the tire wear and the amount of tires these guys get. I know we talk about fuel being an issue, we talk about tires being an issue, but another issue, Emery, we have is they only have 4 sets of tires for 140 laps.
Yeah, 140 laps, 4 sets of tires. They've already changed once, and
150 laps. I'm sorry.
150 laps. Yeah, that's when we're gonna finish. But you're right. You burn them up early, and you're on your last set. That's it for you, and you've got to deal with the consequences, right? If you ain't got no more tires, you're dropping back quite some ways in this field because a lot of these guys out front are saving right now already at this point in time of the race. We do have our 4th caution, but still, you got to be careful.
Yeah, and that's a great point. You know, you cannot put on older tires with maybe a couple laps less, like a lot of other forms of motorsports, where, oh, these are scrubbed a little bit, throw them back on, they're good. No, when it comes to the Wheels America Cup Series, the minute you take those Goodyear Eagles off, they are off and done as we are getting ready to choose. See a lot of people still going to that low side. Really haven't seen that outside get the launch it needs.
Not yet. Not at all. Nick's been inside all day and getting good restarts. I will say, AJ, from this angle, I feel like they're getting closer and closer to that choose car, but I think it's just the angle we got right now. I love it. I love it. I love the I love the excitement how this angle and this choose car brings to our racing. It's fun to watch. It's a lot different than other leagues, and I think it's cool for us. What do you think, AJ, on that?
Yeah, this is by far the most progressive league when it comes to making sure it has all the updated rules. And I think Steve and the gang almost do it to literally perfection. You really think you are watching what you see on Sunday. And honestly, I think a lot of these races are better than what you see on the weekend. So if you're not tuning into the Wheels America, I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, we might be ahead of our time on that choose car, but we may see other leagues decide to do that. If not, we will be the one leading the way as we're going to be going green here in just a few here at Iowa as the pace car is off and we are green again as Nick's going to take us into turn 1.
Great
Frankie
launch.
right behind, not the biggest jump as I've seen him do, as they're side by side in the back. Chris Vanderplatz and Joseph Mealy trying to figure out if they're going to choose that inside or get to the outside.
Here
As they
comes...
stack up a little bit,
Ooh.
almost 3 wide.
Yeah, CVP looked to have a run, but backs out of it to live another day because it looked like Mealy gets tight.
Good racing so far. 56 laps in and up front. These boys are battling it out. Nick still out front as Frankie's right on his tail.
Oh!
Gets a
There
little
goes
loose
Cyril.
there. Keep it together. 13's got some damage. And that will bring out our 5th caution, I believe.
We are still green.
Still green.
Holy cow.
Michael Landfear gets loose into the wall, has some contact with another driver. But we are still green here in Iowa. 3 wide in the back. AJ, this is short track racing, though. We said this was going to happen. We were going to see a lot of banging around, and that's unfolding.
Yeah, no short track. If you leave a short track with a clean car, you probably spent most of the time on pit road and didn't race.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there.
Battle for second here. Barroso and Mealy, 2 teammates. Actually, Lights is a teammate too.
Couple movers early on here. We got Brandon 6. He's in 9th position, started 23rd. And Matt Smith, he's in 8th position, started 20th. That's quite the feat to move through a field on a track like this, but kudos to them as they're working their way through this field tonight.
Remember, everybody, we got that poll for best St. Jude's paint scheme. Thomas Meeks, Mitch Diamond, Julio Villalobos, and CVP Chris Vanderplatz. Go vote for your favorite. I'm going to take a quick look at them again while we are green right now. There's Chris Vanderplatz. Beautiful crayon screen.
I like that
Julio
multicolor look.
Villalobos.
A lot of these cars got that multicolor look. Can we get a side view of that car?
Let's see if we can get a close-up shot. So there's the Mitch Diamond machine. Thomas Meeks. Chris Vanderplatz. And Julio Villalobos.
And
Go
that
vote.
poll will close. Yeah, that poll will close at the end of stage 2 at lap 90. So make sure you get your votes in quick because this stage 2 will end fairly quick if we stay green, which I think we are.
Hello.
Thank you again for everybody at home watching Wheels America Racing Network. We appreciate you tuning in every Thursday night and every Tuesday for trucks. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow, and tell your friends and family that we're doing this.
Right
Big
now.
shout out to our sponsors too, AJ, real quick.
Yep.
This race is presented by Admin Box. Thank you for all your work and help you do. Wheels America Racing, Slim Dogs, Units Moving Portable Storage, the Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast, and Harpoon Designs. Stage 2 is looking a lot better than we saw in stage 1. Nick's still out front there. We thought he was going to burn his tires up, but man, he's proving us wrong.
Yeah, we are
as he's moving away from the field.
Clicking lap time after lap time after lap time. Almost has a second gap over Joseph Mealy. But to give you a little background on the poll, we have 17 votes. Right now, Thomas Meeks leads at 40 37% to Chris Vanderplatz's 41%. Guys, get your votes in. It will close at lap 90.
I think Nick Lights might have proved us wrong today, AJ. Maybe he figured something out that we don't know about.
You know,
because he's still putting down times.
It's a very, very good possibility, Emery. That's why I'm up in the broadcast booth and not racing.
That's absolutely right. Same for me. Stage 2, they're gonna pit, so maybe he's figured something out. Maybe he looked at his wear and tear on his tires after stage 1 and said, "Hey, I'm gonna push it a little bit harder. I'm still in front." Good for him, though. Congratulations. Frankie Barroso right behind, and Brandon Bowie now in 3rd. A little bit of contact there, but they keep it together. Joseph Mealy.
Ooh, here comes Josh Larson.
Josh Larson.
He was a little loose coming out of turn 4 there. But let's drop back to the 9th position because they have a cluster of cars back here. Starting with the 54 of Matt Smith. Brings you back a position to Nick Biddy. There's Jonathan Wright. These guys are all under a blanket here.
Robert Hassong back there in 15th. He started in 15th, and you know what? Staying pretty true to what he's doing out here. He says, I'm going to keep it calm, cool, collected, and do my race. And hasn't changed much, but he's probably being a little bit patient there. Not a bad thing.
No, not at all. And just throwing it out there, Thomas Meeks, Matthew Fleming up 8 positions, Michael Lamphere in the 13 up 14 spots. Oh, there goes to 21. Woohoo! Man! I think we need to go back and see that. So, you ready to see this? Chris Vanderplatz makes one of the best saves of the race. Watch this. He's loose. And
He's super loose there.
We thought he was wrecked, or I thought he was wrecked. Completely saves it. Doesn't completely autocorrect and throttle out of it, which we've seen other drivers make that mistake and wreck the car and other cars. Great job to the 21 CVP, but also great job to everybody around him for not wrecking, and we stay green with less than 20 laps to go. Uh-oh.
And as you say that, we've got one car shooting down in the grass. It's still green flag. I think he's going to keep it clean here.
That's Nick
And
Biddy.
there is the yellow flag.
Ooh, he's going to come back up in the traffic. Is anybody going to hit him? No, but that does call the caution out on that. Man, I've heard of broadcasters' curses, but damn.
We are on point tonight on the broadcast curse. Now, this is interesting, though. We got our 5th caution, I believe, and Nick is out front. I'm curious to see where his tires are sitting right now, and with the restart and Brandon Bowie right behind him and Frankie Barroso, I feel like they've been pulling back and saving. Curious to see how this restart goes.
Yeah, I'm really curious if they stay out to just get us to the stage, because right now they're running 26, 27s, and they're going to stay out. Holy cow. Let's see if anybody behind them comes into pit. Now, I think the consensus is to stay on the racetrack all the way to the end of stage 2.
Got a couple pitting in there, but yeah, I believe everybody else is going to stay out and work with the tires that they have. Not a bad call, though, because there's not a whole lot of laps left after we go back green. This stage ends at 90.
Yeah, Vanderplatz on pit road, you saw him have that huge moment on the front stretch. Probably needs those fresh Goodyear Eagles. There goes the tires.
Yeah, I think Chris is just in the pits going to try to make some adjustments and get back out there. He's struggling a little bit tonight. He was in that 5th position starting out. Got a little bit loose, and now he's in 19th and dropped some more as he goes to the pits.
All right, we're going to go pay some bills. When we return, we're going to go green and hopefully take you all the way to the end of stage number 2. We'll be back after this break.
And we are back in Iowa. As you're seeing right now on the screen, these guys, these drivers are going to choose their lane. 77 laps down as it sits, and we are about the end of stage 2 at that 90 mark. A lot of guys on the inside. Some of these drivers choosing on the outside. For everybody at home, make sure that you vote and pick your favorite paint scheme. That vote will end at lap 90. AJ, everyone has chosen their lanes as the choose car comes off of the track, and we're about to go green here again in Iowa for the end of stage 2. A lot of action early on. Stage 2's been pretty good.
Yeah, stage 2 has been a lot of fun. Cars have had a lot of issues, but we've stayed green. But going back to that poll, 19 people have voted. Right now, leading it is the 55 of Thomas Meeks.
Thomas Meeks with some votes out there. I thought we might get old Vander getting some likes, but
he's at a very close second.
He's in a very close second. Voting has not ended yet. For everybody watching there on Wheels America Racing Network, make sure you put your votes in because it's going to end here shortly.
All right,
Nick
brother.
Lights, Frankie Barroso, Brandon Bowie, Joseph Mealy, and Brandon Six are your top 5 as the pace car is off, and we are back green in Iowa. 79 laps down now, and this stage 2 will end at 90. Nothing's changed out front as Nick gets a big jump, and Brandon Bowie up top, looking like he may get past, but he keeps together. Frankie Barroso right there trying to make that pass on the inside. AJ, it's interesting to see Brandon up top like that, making those runs.
Yeah, he chose the high side on this restart with the choose car, and he's making it work while Frankie Barroso has been really on that yellow line in the turns. Bowie's been able to put the power down out of 2 and 4.
Yeah, Bowie seems pretty comfortable up top like that, as you're seeing Brandon Six in the back doing the same. Frankie Barroso on the inside.
Currently looking at the battle back here for the 7th position, 54 of Matt Smith trying to get by Jonathan Wright.
Matt Smith still making his way up there. Like I said, he started in grid 20th, now in 8th, and still moving up to the top 10. Good testament to him tonight, making his way through the pack, because it's not easy on a short track like this here at Iowa.
I thought the 54 was going to send it in 3. Wow. I don't know if
He's
Joseph
getting
Mealy
aggressive.
has an issue here. He has fallen back almost 4 positions since the restart.
Yeah, that's interesting to see because it seemed like he was saving tires too. He started in third, now looking in eighth and still dropping.
Well, we did talk to him at the end of stage 1. He said after the first couple laps, it's like driving on ice.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
Joseph
the caution
David
is out.
What's happened here? Oh, he's gonna get really tight.
And multiple cars involved at the end there. Man, 18 again, having some issues tonight. Charlie
Yeah,
involved
that was
in that
all,
number 6 car.
all Joseph David in the 6. He just gets tight and collects the 18 of Charles Birch.
AJ, I don't think that contact at the very end was much, but that will bring some damage to those cars. Too bad to see. But a lot of cautions tonight. This is our 6th caution. I believe it's the 2nd here in stage 2.
Yep.
Unfortunate, but it happens here on these tracks. These guys are just trying to figure out how they're going to manage these tires, as we've seen guys go in the pits right now and getting new tires.
It looks like Nick Lights, Josh Larson, Matt Smith, Jonathan Wright, Matthew Fleming, EJ Marshall, Brandon Fetterplace, and Michael Lamphere all stand out, while Bowie, Boroso, Mealy, and a couple other drivers towards the middle of the pack all come and get tires and fuel.
Yeah, AJ, I believe we're going to have about 3 laps left when we go green to end stage 2, unless it's over. I think we still got some time here.
Yep, just confirming with.
Yeah, we still got a few laps on this stage 2 left.
Yeah,
So
it
interesting
might
move
be,
by the guys that went inside and pitted. Maybe they've got long-term strategy. Nick's trying to get this stage 2 win, but a lot of those other guys, I believe it was Frankie and Brandon Bowie, maybe going for that long-term win on the final stage to get a win tonight.
Yeah, that's kind of exactly what I was thinking. That they're coming in, grabbing their tires and fuel now, and they're just gonna ride. They're not gonna, run hard. They're gonna probably have either 1 or 2 laps to then finish the stage, and then they're just gonna stay out and gain all that track position.
Yeah, and I believe you're right there. Nick Lights, though, I'm confused. He's been running the wheels off that car tonight and still staying out front. We haven't seen too many. He's starting grid 1. He's still riding in the first position. So he's proven me wrong. He's proven you wrong. Maybe he's up to something. I think he found something, and I think he might have this in the bag if this continues. So that front 5 right now, AJ, changes up. Josh Larson, Matt Smith, John Wright, and Matt Fleming in the top 5, as this restart is going to happen soon and in stage 2.
Oh boy.
Do we have some stuff going on, AJ? I'm hearing some chatter on the racetrack at this moment. I believe in this case they'll do a shootout. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a 1-lap dash, 2-lap dash. Let's see what lap we're on. Yeah, it might be a full green, white, checkered, or just a 1-lap dash. So, guys, this is a big change of events here. Vanderplaat CVP, as you're seeing all the cars take their positions, just had about 3 or 4 people vote and has now taken the lead with just 2 laps to go in this poll.
Yeah, 2-lap shootout to end this stage. AJ, would you have pitted in there? Or would you stayed out? Because I don't know if some of these guys, Brandon Bowie, made the right choice.
I would have pitted. I 100% would have pitted. And when
Okay.
it came to finishing this lap or two, I would have 100% just taken it easy and not burned up my tires in 1 or 2 laps, stayed out, gained the track position, and then went from there.
Well, Matt Smith started in grid 20th, but worked his way up, now sitting in second, right behind Nick Lights, as we are about to go green and do a 2-lap shootout to end stage 2. Stage 2 has been a lot of action tonight here in Iowa, and let's see what's going to happen with the rest of these laps as the pace car is off and we are going green.
Green in the air. Great launch by the 4.
Been doing that all night tonight, side by side. Matt Smith, Josh Larson trying to make the passes as we're almost 3 wide in the back as they fan out. Single file trying to run down Nick. Hasn't happened. Matt Smith and Josh Larson right behind.
White flag in the stage.
Last lap, and this will end stage 2. Can Nick get a win here on the stage? Matt Smith says maybe, as he's chasing him down, but Edward Marshall now making a pass on the insides. The number 16 started grid 27th and looking at 3rd.
Oh,
and he gets loose. Keep it together. Nick Lights believe he's going to win this stage.
Woo! That could have been way worse with EJ. Oh, and he's still going to hit the inside wall. And that finishes the poll as well with 27 votes conducted in this poll. We'll let you know momentarily the winner. But it was pretty close, everybody.
That was pretty close. I believe for sure Nick out front there with the win. But man, a lot of action to end stage 2, AJ. That was fun to watch.
Wow, that 4 really proved a lot when it came to that restart.
Yeah, what's that?
I was gonna say, I really thought either the 51 or 54 were gonna get there, and they just didn't. They made it kind of close, but wow.
Yeah, Nick is one of those drivers tonight that continue to just push the car to the limits and save tires somehow, some way. He is doing something different tonight, and he's going to be the driver to try to beat Matt Smith. Josh Larson almost had him, but still couldn't make it happen. As we have a winner. Stage 2 is over, and Color by Our Kids 150 winner on the paint scheme is Chris Vanderplatz.
But before we even think about talking to the winner of the 75 iRacing dollars, let's talk to Nick Lights. Emery, interview our stage 2 winner.
Nick, you got a copy, buddy.
Hey, yeah, what's going on?
Hey, congratulations on that stage 2 win. You keep blowing my mind on thinking that you're running through your tires, but it's not happening. You you are continuing to stay out front. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, that first stage, it was a little rough there. Just checked my tires on this pit stop. We were 91% on that right front and 82% on that right rear. So we're using them up for sure. I just got to be more cautious on that. I think it's my first real like stage win at a racetrack like this besides Daytona. So excited for that and see if we can finish this thing off.
Well, keep it going. AJ, you got anything?
So with our big run to the finish, you have 60 laps. I know we've had some caution so far, but what's the plan of attack for the next 60 laps?
Try to get back to the front, get that cleaner air. After we can do that, just save the tires and ride a little bit, and yeah, just hopefully we can get back up front and win this thing.
All right, brother. Well, good luck. We'll send you back up to Flagship Motorsports. Good luck the rest of the way, pal.
Thank you.
All right, let's see if we can get a word with CVP. Emery, take it away.
Chris, you got a copy?
I do.
Hey, well, you're sitting in third position right now, but we want to bring you in the booth and say congratulations on the winner of the paint scheme tonight in that beautiful multicolored car.
Man, that's awesome. I was starting to wonder if I was going to win something this season.
Well, you definitely got that win tonight, and you got $75 brought to you by Admin Box, so that's very cool.
Yeah, man, I'd like to thank Admin Box for that. That's pretty awesome. I'll be hoping to be able to take that $75 value and get actually donating it to St. Jude's, such an awesome organization.
Yep, all for a good cause tonight. We appreciate everything you've done and what you do for this league as well. AJ, you got anything?
Dude, nice looking car. You're honestly one of my favorites, but I couldn't vote. Conflict of interest, that kind of stuff. But good luck to the rest of the way, and hopefully we get to talk to you at the end of the race tonight.
I'll be looking forward to that conversation.
All right, that is the driver, the number 21, Chris Vanderplatz. And yeah, Emery, it's going to be a very fun next 60 laps. What you thinking?
I'm looking at the leaderboard. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking of some guys that pitted early, but now looking in that second spot, Frankie Thomas Meeks now up there, and number 21, Chris, who we just spoke to, he's sitting third. So it's mixed up up top here. Going to be fun to see this final stage and see how everything plays out. So far, all these guys have been doing a really good job and bringing a lot of action here at this short track in Iowa as the pace car is off, and we're going to go green to the start of stage 3, the final stage. And this is going to end at the 150 mark. Frankie now out front leading the way as we're looking at Chris on the inside trying to make that pass. And Joseph Mealy as well right behind.
Oh, Meeks on the inside trying to get by Mealy.
As they're almost going 3 wide here, and one gets loose. Can he keep it together?
Oh, he will.
Looks like that's 55. Thomas Meeks gets pushed out of the way, but he's back on the track. Going to lose a lot of spots here. He did not want to see that early on in this stage. Unfortunate for him. 39 out front, Joseph Mealy.
Well,
Right behind Frankie, trying to make that move.
Wow, I really thought we were going to see a big wreck with the 55. Keeps it clean, but does lose about 12 spots. Well, Emery, I think it's time. Everybody, we're going to bring the noise.
You always gotta love when we bring the noise. Sponsored by Harpoon Designs. It's awesome, fantastic to hear these cars rip around the racetrack. No caution under bringing the noise, and we are still under green. 107 laps down in our final stage to the finish at the 150 mark. We want to thank everybody at home watching Wheels America Racing Network. We've got a lot of viewership tonight. If you guys do want to donate to St. Jude's Children's Hospital, there is a link on YouTube where you can click on that and donate. We appreciate you being here. AJ, this has been a lot of fun here, stage 1, stage 2. These guys are battling out front as we now have Brandon Bowie in that number 1 spot, followed by Brandon Six. A lot of lead changes tonight. If we had the math, I think we'd see a lot of that happening early on and now later in this race.
Yeah, there has been a lot of lead changes, but a lot of issues with some of our best drivers in the league. We've seen cars that we never see have accidents, almost wrecked a car, pretty much. It seems like after a couple laps, the tires are just poop. They're garbage. Done. But you only get 4 sets, so you really got to think about when you got to take them. But right now, it's go time. Bowie, followed by Six, and then you have, looks like, Nick Lights, and they are hauling butt right now. I think they're going to burn it up, and they're going to come right back to the field.
Yeah, we got a caution now. Caution is out.
Oh no, Brandon Shelton.
And if I were to put money on this caution, I would imagine someone got loose coming out of the corner. That is my guess, as we've seen tonight.
Oh boy. Oh! Who's in that wall?
Number 2 hits the wall hard.
The
Brandon
16.
Shelton, that almost looked like an issue with his controls.
No.
I don't know if he lost his steering wheel or what happened there, but let's take another look.
I'm curious because it looks like EJ Marshall is in the wall hard, and I think out of reaction, thinking that he's gonna bounce off the wall. Brandon Shelton just cuts it left and wrecks his car.
That might have been the biggest hit we've seen tonight. Brandon Shelton coming off of, I believe, turn 3.
Turn 2.
Turn
Watch
2.
this.
And
In car.
This is big contact.
Oh.
You're right. I didn't see that other car in the wall, and he tried to avoid, got loose, and had absolutely no control after that. That number 2 came off the ground after he hit that wall.
Car is
all by
junked.
himself. Unfortunate.
It is junked. He had to jump to pit road, and Shelton's night is over.
When wrecks like that happen, you do not have a quick fix. Your day is done. And a lot of frustration tonight, I believe, with some of these drivers getting involved. You see that a lot, especially on a track like this. Guys are having issues with the track temperature and tires. We're seeing a lot of them getting loose. But, man, that contact where he had hitting that wall will end the day and end the night.
Well, everybody, while we're under caution for the 8th time tonight, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Going to look at our sponsors of the evening. When we return, it'll be the restart. And boy, is it going to get exciting. We'll see you when we return.
And we are back in Iowa as they are choosing their lanes. 8th caution is now underway, but Brandon Bowie, Nick ran in 6 in that top 3, as these guys are making their choice if they're going to take that bottom line or the high line. Seems like the bottom has been working most of the time tonight, AJ. Let's see if Brandon can continue that streak. Interesting, though, he's got Nick in the number 4 on the top line, and he's been fast on restart, and he's been fast all night. It's going to be fun to see this unfold here.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun to see what's going on. It seems like whoever the leader is, whatever lane he picks, has the advantage. But it's going to be interesting, like you mentioned, Nick Lights starting in the 4th spot. If he's going to try something, is he going to try to jump it with Bowie and then cut to the inside and try a like slide job out of 2? We're going to find out in less than a half a lap on what's going to go through a couple of these drivers' head.
Yeah, as we saw early on, Brandon was working that top line as he's sitting there right now. Maybe he wants to be up there. Brandon 6, we've been watching him take that bottom line. We shall see how this unfolds as we are going to go green again. As they're underway, Brandon Bowie out front. Looks like he's going to stay high, and he does. Kind of that midway through turn 1. Brandon 6 on the inside, and Nick Lights right behind in that number 4. Single file as they go into turn 3. And we got one guy diving low trying to make that pass, and that's the 3 of Ryan Pasoko. He had some damage early on, and now he's back out here sitting in the 6th position. Started grid 14th. Does make the pass on the inside. Can he get Joseph Mealy?
Frankie Barroso having a little bit of a blinking issue right now.
And that's not good if Frankie continues to have that blinking issue. He may have to dive down and get off the track and let these guys go by. As I see it on the screen, he's still blinking. Unfortunate. Hopefully he can fix that as they're wrecking in the back here. Caution is out.
Caution number 9.
Yeah, it looks like, AJ, they're having issues with that flashing out front. Could have been a checkup situation.
Well, it wants us to take a look at Justin Sorrell in the number, I think that's 13? Yes, let's see. Oh, he's already aiming the wrong way. Back it up just a little bit to turn number 4. And it looks like he's loose on throttle. Oh, uh-oh. Is he going to keep it off the wall? Oh, beautiful 360. Keeps it off the wall, clips a driver ever so slightly. Wow.
Michael Lanfear keeping it together on a 360 move, but like you said, does make a little bit of contact. We're getting confirmation that Brandon is in the infield care center, so hopefully he gets well. And
yeah, we're going to actually pull him in here. Brandon Shelton, what's up, dude? How you feeling? It looked like a hard hit.
Hey guys, yeah, it was a very hard hit. It was just a quick reaction to the 16 in the wall. I thought he was going to come down, and so I just went left, and the car just straight into the infield there.
Yeah, that may be one of the bigger hits of the season. I didn't see the other car get loose, and I thought you might have had a malfunction with your wheel or your screen went black, but we went back and looked at it. It just looks like you corrected it and went to the left and hit that wall as hard as I've seen car hit a wall this season.
Yeah, it hit pretty hard, but we'll come back next week. Had 40 minutes of repair, so I told the guys I was going to call it quits for the night. So we'll come back hopefully next week strong and maybe put this Honeybee Acres number 2 Chevrolet in the top 10 or top 5 or possibly on the podium.
All right. Well, we appreciate you being here. Take care, and we will see you next week.
All right, guys. Thank you.
See you later, Brandon.
Early night for him, AJ. I know he wanted to be out here and battling with all the guys, but these type of things happen. Unfortunately, it happened to him, and he is done for the day. But the race goes on. 9th caution of this evening. We got a lot more action ahead of us as we're only at lap 121, and our final lap will be at that 150 mark to end this race. AJ, I'm having a lot of fun here at Iowa. We've had a lot of crazy stuff happening, but Brandon Bowie, Brandon Six, and Nick in this top 3 drivers are putting on a show.
Well, as you mentioned them, it looks like a certain league owner, Steve Tucker, has made another poll for everybody to vote on. Who is going to win this race? You got Bowie, Six, or Lights, and he threw a 4th one in there, the field.
As those votes are coming in, it looks like we have Vanderplatz in that 20. Oh, excuse me. I do apologize. I haven't seen the poll. I need to look at the right poll. Lights is with 50%, looking like he's in the lead, followed by Bowie. He's at that 33%.
Forever
See what
changing.
happens. It's changing right now. They're all putting their votes in at home, watching on Wheels America Racing Network. We appreciate you being here every week in and week out on Tuesday nights, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. As the choose cars right there, Brandon Bowie and Brandon Six take that top position. AJ, I feel like that's changed a lot. We've seen guys taking that bottom early on, stage 1, stage 2, and now stage 3. This final stage, it's we're seeing a lot different ball game.
Well, I want to give a huge shout out to Gene Coleman, donated through the link in the description to the St. Jude's Children's Hospital charity. Kudos to you. Everybody, go check it out. If you got the spare cash, send it right along. It's a great cause. Goes to children, but
yeah, AJ,
you guys are doing a great
awesome.
job.
It's awesome that we do this. I think this league goes above and beyond to make special races for certain causes, for certain people. It is a real community in this racing, Wheels America Racing Network and Wheels America Cup Series. A big shout out to everybody involved because it's fun to be a part of as well. It takes a lot of work and time to put these races on, and Steve's behind the scene doing that. And it takes a lot of time for these guys coming out here and doing the race and driving. So we appreciate everyone involved. As the caution car is gone, pace car is off, and we are green in Iowa. Brandon Bowie out front taking that high line.
See, I'm really thinking that outside lane, you get a good launch and you have the perfect arch into turn 1.
Yeah, as he's adjusting to this car, it looks like 2, 3, and 4. He's on the inside. Let's see if that changes when he comes back to 1 and 2. But maybe Brandon Bowie's found out something quick here tonight. Brandon 6 right behind, though. Nick Lights 4. Nothing's changed up front in that 1, 2, 3 spot. As I say that, Nick's trying to make a pass on Brandon, but can't.
I'm going to go back a little bit further. CVP just got passed by Ryan Pasoko to the inside.
Ryan Pasoko started 14th, looking at 7th, and trying to get more passes as he's on the inside.
21 is really having to catch that car.
Chris Vanderplatz got loose there and goes up high. He's going to lose some position. Back on the gas, no issues there.
Wow.
You know what, AJ, it seems like it's taken a long time for it to get that single file look as guys are trying to maneuver and figure out what direction they want to go in this corner, if they want to take the high or low lane. It's interesting late in this race how they're trying to figure this out. As now we're starting to see that single file, and they're starting to fan out the positions here. Brandon Bowie out front still.
Yeah, Brandon Bowie up front in the Julio Villalobos car. You're going to see Brandon Bowie in that car for the next 3 weeks.
He is typically in the booth on a Thursday night, but he is subbing for the next 3 weeks. So he will put in his talent to the racing. Joseph Mealy on the outside, trying to keep that 5th position. Josh Larson in the 51 says maybe not. AJ, don't give up on Matt Smith. He started 20th and now looking at 9th. He's been pretty consistent up here in the top 10.
Yeah, he's
He could be
consistently
saving and trying to make his way through the field to try to get a top 5 or a win late in this race. 20 to go now. This race is almost over here in Iowa.
Yeah, with less than 25 seconds a lap, you're roughly going to get just under a minute. You're going to get 2 laps. So you're looking at possibly just about 9 or so minutes left of racing.
Now this is going to be the testament to the guys that were patient, or to the guys that the drivers that were maybe burning off the tires. But Brandon Bowie, Brandon Six, and Nick Lights, they're only less than a second off from that top 3 position.
Here comes Matthew Fleming making a move on teammate Matt Smith.
Matthew Fleming, Nick Biddy there, 19 starting, 18 starting now in the 10-11. Matt Smith now sitting at 9th. Chris Vanderplat's in 8th.
That 66 is really closing in. He's going to really look for a run off the high side. It takes him the full length of the front stretch to really close into the 78. But by then, they're already slowing up for the turn. Oh, the 66 is going to get into the wall.
Yeah, this is a bad point in time of the race to get into that wall, and it caused some damage to the car, as Brandon likes that high line, keeping it close to the wall. Brandon Bowie a little bit on the inside.
Looking for some battles on the racetrack. Going back to the 51 of Josh Larson, trying to work over Joseph Mealy in the 39. Gonna cut to the inside, try to throttle up. Oh, they're side by side.
One guy we haven't talked about a whole lot tonight is that 51, Josh Larson. Now in 6th. Joseph Mealy, Ryan Pasoko right there, gonna battle it out.
Yeah, the 39 kind of gave him the position there going into turn number 1. But now that 39 has Pasoko all over his back bumper. Woo!
All of a sudden, AJ, we got a race underway and unfolding right now with 14 to go. I don't know where the time has gone, but right now Brandon is trying to keep the field behind him. Brandon 6 and Nick number 4 has been fast all night, sitting in that 3rd, dropping a few seconds, but don't count him out. Frankie Barossa in 4th, Josh Larson in 5th.
Yeah, the way Frankie Barossa has been running these last couple laps, he's been the fastest driver on the racetrack. Taken 3rd away from Nick Lights, as now Lights is having the battle with Josh Larson.
Frankie looking strong out there now as he's sitting in 3rd. Nick Lights falling a couple spots. He's in 5th. Josh Larson's in 4th. Does Frankie have enough time, though, AJ? 12 laps to go. Does Frankie have enough time to make his way up to Brandon? With no caution, I'm not sure that could happen.
I don't think so either. He's going to have to put on qualifying lap after qualifying lap after qualifying lap. Right there, he's only a 10th faster than Brandon 6th. But Chris Vanderplat's possibly with an issue. I'm going to go back and take a look at that. Coming out of turn number 4, he's going to get really loose. Ooh.
Oh, touches the wall. It's a big hit. No caution. Everyone avoids the wreck.
Oh, and he's having to jump back to pit road after having a really good day. But Frankie Barroso, he wasn't sure he was even going to be able to race tonight as we were about to have a pass for the lead.
And there goes Brandon Six past Brandon Bowie. Did Brandon Bowie smoke his tires? Here comes Frankie Barroso. I think he might have time. We've got 10 laps to go, and he's making the moves now.
Yeah, Bowie's not giving up on that outside. The 78
Bowie's
is
not giving up.
really
He's
strong.
been liking that line.
Oh, he's in the wall coming out of 2. Here comes Barroso. Now here's the thing. Is Bowie going to block for his teammate now?
That could come into a factor. Only 8 to go. Brandon Six out front still. Bowie right behind as they're making adjustments. Frankie Barroso in the 19, or excuse me, in the 12. Can he make a pass on Bowie to get up to Brandon Six?
See when he's going to pull out a line going into turn 1 to the inside. Let's see if it'll stick. He's there.
Frankie gets the pass, I believe. Brandon Bowie now looking in second position. But here comes 51, Josh Larson.
P2
He's
Barroso.
right behind with 6 to go.
Frankie is faster than Brandon
Frankie
Six.
gets a little bit loose.
Oh, no.
Was that Frankie? That
That
was
was
Frankie. He
Frankie.
gets loose. Goes low. We
There
can
you-
take a look here up top. Man, that's
heartbreaker.
That's too bad for Frankie in the 12. He battled so much to get up to that top 5, looking for the win, as Brandon Six got a wish that may come true because he's got a lot of room now. As Josh Larson, Brandon Bowie try to chase him down, there's only 5 laps to go. I don't think there's enough time to get him, but Brandon might have some issues with some tires. Now 4 to go. Josh Larson in that second position started 10th. Brandon Bowie, consistent, started second, now looking third. And Matt Fleming, he is in 4th position, started 19th tonight. Unbelievable.
Yeah, Fleming with a big showing tonight. But right now, it's all 66, Brandon Six. Larson with a very good last lap, closing in ever so slightly. Not saying he can't get there, but he's really going to have to hit his marks if he even wants to get there.
Yeah, AJ, I think Josh is making some moves and making up some time on him, but I think he's run out of time. 2 to go as Brandon Six is in front.
Dual popsicle sticks up in the air. Looking from the blimp cam, there is the difference between P1 and P2.
And he's still tracking him down, AJ. I think he's making up time as he's getting closer. We're going to go to 1 lap to go.
Oh, he's there.
And unbelievable, are we going to see a race on our hands here as he's going to dive to the inside to try to get that pass on Brandon?
Ooh,
Not there just yet
little bit
as they're
of
leaving
a
turn
wheel
2.
hop.
51, Josh Larson now right on the tail.
It's going to blink
Diving
out.
back to the inside. Can he get past Brandon Six on this final lap? As he's getting a little bit loose, can he keep it together? Brandon Six is going to get the win here in Iowa. What
Holy
a race.
cow.
Unbelievable, AJ.
Brandon Six, all he had to do was hit his line, and he won. Josh Larson was there. He was there, but did not want to get tight and take them both out. I'll take a
Man.
P2 as much as it's going to hurt. P2 for Josh Larson. Kept it clean. Kudos to him running Brandon Six down. But holy cow. Brandon Six up 22 positions. Mr. Hard Charger Award. Burning it down here in Iowa.
Hey, he did everything right through the race to get up to that number 1 spot. You're right. 23 is where he started, and now finishing number 1. Your winner, Brandon 6. Congratulations to him, man. Josh Larson, Matt Fleming, and Brandon Bowie, they all put on a show. Frankie put on a show. Nick Lights, man, he was up there in the mix. What a race tonight here at Iowa Speedway, colored by our kids 150 Wheels America Cup Series. This has been a fantastic race, one for the books.
All right. Well, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Get ready for our post-race interviews with the podium finishers. When we return, we're going to talk with them and break down the closing part of this race. See you on the other side.
From Mortar to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
All right. Hey, that was quite the race here at Iowa Speedway. Man, oh man, Brandon 6 gets the win tonight. Josh Larson in that P2 and Matt Fleming in P3. We're going to get Brandon 6 here up in the booth and have a word with him. But my, oh my, that was a fantastic and a suspenseful race tonight. AJ, do we have Brandon available to get him in here yet?
Yeah, we're getting the microphone to him right now. Here he is, our winner, Brandon 6. Take it away, Emery.
Brandon, you got the win tonight. Man, congratulations on that. What a final ending of that race. You had Josh Larson on your tail. What are your thoughts for us, man?
Yeah, made it pretty exciting there. I was racing my teammate there, Bowie, pretty hard and trying to get the lead, and it immediately cooked that right rear off, and unfortunately I had just nothing left on the rear tires towards the end. Literally another lap, and Larson definitely would have had me.
Yeah, it got close there, and Frankie got loose and spun out, and unfortunate for him, he was right on your tail. But way to hold off Larson at the end there to get that win. AJ, you got anything for Brandon?
Dude, a fantastic drive tonight. What happened in qualifying? Because we were all shocked that you were starting so far back. But to make up 22 positions throughout 150 laps, it's got to feel good. But what happened in qualifying?
Yeah, qualifying got loose off of 4 on my final lap, and just unfortunately wasn't able to finish the lap out. It is what it is. Started from the back. I actually came from the back twice. I gave myself a speeding penalty down pit road in the first stage, and then I think I gave myself a speeding penalty again in the second stage at some point. So I was kind of screwing myself over there for a while. So it was good to finally get up front and race with those guys.
All right, brother.
Yeah, Brandon. Go ahead, AJ. Sorry.
I'd say we go to Kentucky next week. Any momentum that you're going to move from tonight over there? Because you are full steam ahead, it seems like, getting ready for the playoffs in a couple weeks.
Yeah, unfortunately, I had some schedule changes. Bowie will actually be filling in for me for the next 3 weeks at least. So you'll be seeing him running my car in the next 3 weeks, actually.
Oh, okay. All right. Emery?
Yeah, I just want to say again, congratulations. And before you get out of here, thank your sponsors, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, I gotta thank Battle Beaver, Bowie Esports, um, Max Graphics, Iowa Designs, and everybody that we have on our team that makes all this happen. So, and obviously you guys for putting on the broadcast, and Steve for putting on this league.
Right on. Yeah, we appreciate it, man. Congratulations tonight on the win. We'll see you next week, and I guess you go celebrate.
Hey, you guys, have a good one.
All right, Emery, it's time to talk to P2, almost P1, Josh Larson. Emery, take it away.
Josh, you got a copy?
Hey, I got you.
Josh, you finished P2, man. You battled the whole race. I thought you had Brandon Six there at the end. You guys put on a show. What are you feeling about that P2 finish?
Best of the season, best of the last couple seasons actually. I feel good. I love this racetrack. I love it's slick in, slick off. You got to drive the car, and it just fits my style.
Right on. Well, again, congratulations, AJ. You got something for Josh, real quick?
Dude, I thought you had it. 100% thought you had it. But I got to give it to you. You kept it clean coming out of turn 4. And much respect to that. A lot of drivers would have, hey, if I bump him and he wrecks, I still got the win. But,
Yeah.
kudos to
Oh
you.
yeah. My spotter in my ear was saying, just give him a nudge, just give him a nudge. And I was inside. I wanted to just drive it in, use all 8 tires, and make the pass, and go on for the win. But I don't want to be that guy. We all say we'll wreck our grandmas for wins, but in the moment, man, I didn't want to be that guy. I want to race them clean, race them hard, and let the race finish out.
Yeah, well, you guys definitely for sure put on a show. I think you raced clean and it looked good. Want to thank your sponsors real quick before you get out of here.
Yes, I'd like to thank Rice Equipment Service. They're my primary sponsor. I'd like to thank MK2 Aerospace, Flim Dogs, Auto Repair, Wheels America, Honeybee Acres, and Harpoon Designs.
Right on, Josh. Well, congratulations on P2. Hopefully this carries over to next week, and we'll see you then.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys.
All right. Thank you.
All right. It's time for P3, one of the favorites in our, I guess, YouTube chat, Facebook. We're going to talk to Mr. Matthew Fleming. Here you go, Emery. Take first cracks for you.
Hey, Matt, you there?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Right on. P3. Congratulations. Can't be mad at that. You started grid 19th and made your way all the way up to that top 3 positions. Not easy to do at Iowa. Give us some feedback on that P3 finish. How you feeling, man?
Oh, it feels great, especially the way I started. It was early in the race. Got loose out of 4 and just caused one of the wrecks there, cautions. But yeah, it was a battle. Trying to keep from the tires sliding. So yeah, top 3 after all that. I mean, I'm excited. I'm thankful. That was awesome.
Right on. You guys definitely put on a show. Everyone did tonight. It was a lot of fun to watch you guys race. AJ, you got something for Matt Fleming real quick in the 88?
Dude, you put on one hell of a drive. I wasn't going to pick you because it seems like whenever I do pick you, something bad happens. So I'm happy me taking a week off. It worked. But
Right.
what a great run from 19th to 3rd. We're going to Kentucky next week. What do you think you got for that mile and a half, that unique mile and a half?
Oh, I do pretty decent there. So I'm looking forward to it. Uh, turn 3 and 4, that's the one that's real key. You always got to hit your mark, and it'll definitely be interesting. I know a lot of guys in here are pretty good at Kentucky too. So yeah, we'll just see how it plays out. Just like any other track, you just got to learn that race day and make things happen.
Fantastic,
right,
Matt. Before you take off, thank your sponsors, and we'll see you. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, shout out to Flagship Motorsports. Man, we're doing great here. We're finally on a good run. Got another 2 in the top 3. It's awesome. Thank MK2 Aerospace, Plum Dogs Auto Repair, Wheels America, Harpoon Designs. They do our awesome paint schemes that we got. Honeybee Acres and Rice Equipment. Man, thankful for all these guys. I'm thankful for you guys there in the broadcast. You always do a great job. Yeah.
Hey, we appreciate you, man. Congratulations on that P3 finish tonight. You guys put on a hell of a show, and we'll see you. We'll see you next week.
All righty. Thank you, sir.
Well, AJ, we're kind of wrapping it up. We talked to the top three finishers there. Do you got anything before we sign out tonight?
Dude, I had a blast. I seem
I
to
did
have
too.
a blast every single week, and I'm very happy that we were able to finish under a green atmosphere. What a battle those last 10 or so laps. I didn't know if it was going to be Frankie Barroso, Josh Larson, Brandon Bowie, and we just got everything, all the above. It was talent, it was fun, and I didn't know who was going to win. I doubt anybody watching knew who was going to win, and I think that's why we come back every single week, because while some names are to the front all the time, they don't always win. And tonight, Brandon Six literally almost handed the win to Josh Larson. If Josh Larson, I would have wrecked my grandmother to win this race, 100%. But he didn't.
Yeah,
he took
did.
the higher road. He went full Obi-Wan Kenobi and says, "I have the high ground."
Yeah, AJ,
Great
like you
race.
were saying, it was an amazing race. Iowa Speedway did not disappoint. Man, from start to finish, a little rocky at the start, but a good book always finishes at the end saying, wow, that was a great read, and this was great to watch, man. Thank you so much for everyone watching at home. Wheels America Racing Network. You guys are here every Thursday night having fun and giving us shout outs, giving your drivers shout outs, and we appreciate you. Colored by Our Kids 150 here at Iowa. Man, Wheels America Cup Series, thank you so much for being here tonight. Next week, I believe we go to Kentucky. Congratulations to Brandon Six and Josh Larson, Matt Fleming for those top three finishes. Real quick before we sign out, again, admin box, we appreciate you guys for putting out that $75 bonus to the winner of the Colored by Our Kids car, which was amazing to be a part of. Our sponsors, Wheels America, Flim Dogs, Units Moving Portable Storage, the Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast, and obviously Harpoon Designs. Man, AJ, hey, tonight was a blessing, and we will be back next week. Thank you for being here, AJ. Thank you to Steve Tucker. Thanks for everybody that's a part of this. We will see you then, and good night.
From Mortar to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.